Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez, coming at you with a stock video and what I am doing. This is going to be a pretty short one today. Little bit of movement on Tesla. We had them absolutely shoot up yesterday on the news, but then today, on 13 August, I think that's what today's date is, it moved up a little bit, maybe like an extra like 5%, which I guess for Tesla is not. For Tesla, that's a little bit considering it went up 13% the day prior, but it closed, I think, at 1621 or 1622. And after hours, I don't think it moved that much. I think it was up a couple dollars. I didn't check after like 4:30. But what I did today, and what I spoke about the other day, is I took some of the sales I had from my Pokemon business, because I have an extra 53 grand to pay off this one card, and I need to do it by February 1st. The owner of the card wants it all in one shot, and they want it by February 1st. So, all right, if I had an extra $6,500, what am I to do with that? Do I let it stack up in my bank account? Yeah, it gets me pumped as it keeps growing, 10 grand, 15, 20, that'd be great. For those of you that don't know, I can count cards, and I was very seriously considering a Atlantic City trip, because 6 grand is not it's not nothing. You could be able to, play for a little bit and get a count, and maybe spend a couple $100 or $1,000 getting the count, and then finally, the big run comes. And the thing is that when counting cards, you never really want to draw too much attention to yourself, so you don't want to win like 100 grand in a night. You want to, again, when I was in the military and I didn't have a lot of money, I would never allow myself to win more than like $1,000. I would just, most of the times it was a couple hundred. Most of the times it was maybe like $400 or $500. I'd be like, okay, well, the room's free, and I'd walk away, a couple $100 for the night. But this is, so that's not something that I didn't think like on those numbers. If you, so I've never won more than a couple grand in a night, and I didn't think winning, let's say 10 grand in one night. One, you'd be taxed on that like through the roof, and then two, like, so I can raise some questions. Will I be allowed to gamble in these places again? Because when you're banned from one, you're kind of banned from most of them. You go on a blacklist, it goes out. Either way, I decided not to do that, and what I decided to do instead is just buy more Tesla stock. Put about $6,440. I bought 4 more shares. Brings my total share count up to 51 shares. However, this is something that I do believe that it will keep going up in the next, 3 months minimum. And again, I need it in 5 months. So if it goes up in 3, let's say if the stock wasn't splitting, I bought it at 1608 today. If I do that, and it goes up to, let's say, $2,000 by the end of the year. Okay, well, I made it says 400 times 4, so it made $1,600, and I have to pay 22% tax on it for capital gains. So 3 minus 320. So I made like, an extra $1,200, which is it a lot? No. But is it more than I had and has been sitting there? Yes, absolutely. That is, that's a higher end item. Anything Pokemon at over $1,000, I consider definitely not low end. It's rare, and that's one less item I have to sell. And if it obviously it's split, the stock's going to split the end of this month. It's going to have S&P 500 inclusion. So the stock splitting, which is imminent, the announcement for S&P 500 inclusion, them actually being included in the S&P 500, not only are these retail investors going to buy that because they can't buy now at $1,500 or $1,600 a share, and they cannot buy fractional shares because not every brokerage firm does that, and that's just in the U.S. People outside the U.S., they just can't. So there's going to be a lot of people that see the future. Again, that Flowboat song, I could ride my bike with no handlebars, was that me and my friends understand the future. Young people see where it's going. What does Gary Vee, 100 millionaire, do? To think of the next big thing, because he focused on attention. How he made his hundreds of millions of dollars was attention. What does he do? He watches the younger generation. Hey, kid, what app is that? What are they doing? He knew about Snapchat and TikTok before they were like Snapchat and TikTok. He got on Facebook early. He is absolutely an attention grabber. He follows the young people. What scientists say, follow the water. Journalists say, follow the money. People that are in media say, follow the young people, because they know exactly what's hip. They know exactly what's going. And what's cool right now, what young people, say Gen Z and below, or even some millennials and below, is just like environment. What do liberal colleges teach, which most people go to? Is like teach, okay, fossil fuels, bad, big oil, bad. Oh, green energy, electricity, wind, solar. What the fuck does Tesla do? This is the future. So there is a very, very real possibility that between the retail investors, the S&P inclusion, all of that, then you have Battery Day, then you have deliveries for Q3, the numbers for the deliveries for Q3, and then you have actual Q3 quarterly results. These next 3 months are going to be insane. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. It's just my opinion. These are going to be fucking insane. So I'm just letting you guys know that is what I'm doing. I bought more Tesla today. I have more than 51 shares, which now will be 255 shares come late August. And I don't know when they will split again. They're not going to split again this year, but it seems like, with Apple, they want Apple to be at like $100-ish a share. For Tesla, they want to be in that like $300 range. So is Elon Musk and Tesla going to wait until it reaches 1,500 again to split? Is this something that they had to do just because of S&P? This is something that he said he wanted to think about talking about on Battery Day. Will they at $1,000 do a 2-for-1 split, or $900 do a 3-for-1 split? I don't know. These are questions, people, that I don't know if it's going to be answered. They might, like Apple. Last time Apple split was what, 2014. Not a lot of stocks split anymore. However, Jim Cramer from Mad Money said these are like 10 stocks I could split. It's like Microsoft, Home Depot, Amazon, and all these. Like he recommends it because people that can't afford the stock at that price can get in lower. So I honestly think Chipotle. I honestly think. Sorry, I don't have Anyway, this is something that I think if they consistently do every like 4 or 5 years, not that it's going to take 4 or 5 years to get up to $1,000 to a place where they can split again, because they could go like as soon as they split by the end of this year, it could be $600 a share again. They could do a 2-for-1 split again. That would be fucking insane. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to wait for it to reach over $1,000. Again, that's just my opinion. And then they might do a 3 or 4-to-1 split, depending on how high it gets. But again, this company in the next 18 to 24 months, Giga Shanghai will be expanded. Giga Berlin next year will be doing cars most likely in Q2, most likely in Q3, but definitely Q4 out the yin yang. Texas Giga Austin, that is going to be producing cars at the end of next year. They already broke ground on it. The amount of insanity of growth that they're doing after Giga Texas, they're probably going to do another China factory, and then after that, they're probably going to do one in the Northeast as far as United States is concerned. So there's a lot of growth, and I do not think it matters who wins the election. If Trump wins the election, you know what? Continue the tax breaks. Elon Musk will continue to build, and it's not going to cost him that much to do it, or at least not as much as it would as, let's say, if Joe Biden gets in and, okay, you know what, does away with some of the tax breaks, he increases taxes on other things, but he's not going to tax clean energy. He's not going to tax clean and renewable electric and solar energy. He'll tax the fuck out of coal and fossil and everyone, and to be honest, I don't think he's going to get elected because I don't think so. But either way, whoever wins the election is going to be good. And I've been worried, part of because, being ex-military, is that part of me is worried, hey, I still have 4 months on my contract left. Hey, they can call me back. I have to shave my head. I have to go back for another X amount of years, World War III. But today, and I don't know if this is anything that, Trump announced it. I don't know if he actually himself had a deal in brokering the deal between Israel and the UAE, United Arab Emirates. But there's talks and dialogue and trade and peace talks. This is something that might make the Middle East a little more stable, or at least move the ball forward a little bit. Obviously, there still has a whole bunch of stuff between, Israel and Gaza and Hamas and Iran. Oh my God. But this is a step forward in trying to not unite everyone, but just make everything peaceful. I mean, as soon as the Shias and everyone, but there's I don't care who does it, whoever is president, I want them to do a great job, no matter who they are, because Elon Musk's thesis is just, transition the world to sustainable energy. He wants humans to be multi-planetary species. I'm going to get really crazy here for a minute, but anyone who's ever taken mushrooms will know it. I saw the universe, other solar systems talking to each other, and humans are not even a player on the board. Humans do not even have control of one planet. There's a bunch of kind of warring tribes controlling their own plot of dirt with imaginary lines on it. But if we can continue this road of peace, and China, for the most part, they just want trade. They just want to trade with everyone. Yes, I think in the next, by 2050, they're going to be the world superpower because their politicians know a lot about tech and software, and they understand the future as well. That is why they're so welcoming for Tesla, and they bend over backwards for Tesla because they want them to be able to work there and innovate there and clean up their country. China does a lot of bad things, but this is one of the things that they are doing well. That's for the good of humanity, and I think that I don't think there's much. The only thing that I could think of, World War III or a giant pandemic that's actually a pandemic that actually kills people, not this thing that you have like less than 1% death rate. Like I said, even if the worst should happen to Elon Musk and he's not around anymore, this company is still going to grow because there's so many people that are so committed to the thesis and making the world and the company a better place. I would not, and Elon, knock on wood, it's healthy. I think this is good. I don't see too many bad downsides here. This is what I'm doing. This is just what I'm doing. Again, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I love you all. Invest safe.